Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is the GXSimmer, and we are on episode 26 of 5 Teens and 1 Young Adult. In this episode, Mitch has begun to feel the ramifications of breaking up with Wanda, but he still believes it is for the best. He has just explained to Calvin what he did, and Calvin was really impressed with his brother. He can't believe that he did that, but he explained to his brother that his love for his brother was more important to him than any relationship with a girl, no matter how much he may like her. And Calvin understands that. And he can't believe that Mitch has made that sacrifice. So if you want to see what happens from this point on, remember, like, share, subscribe. Always click notifications so you know when the next episode is coming out. Let's talk about episode 26, 5 Teens, 1 Young Adult. Okay, so we're starting off the episode with Joelle. She just got home from work. She has acquired some fame, and to celebrate, she's called her boyfriend on the phone, Darian, and she's like, hey, babe, let's go out and celebrate. I can't wait to tell you some news. So this is the social activities mod, by the way, from Little Miss Sam, which I really like because it allows you to stay on the lot while your other Sims get out of your hair for a while and do whatever activity they want. And when they come back, they have really great moodlets that basically pump up their emotional state a little bit more. So I really like this mod. And sometimes they even come back with rewards and things. It's really fun. So let's see what happens from this point on. Calvin is talking to his father about, Susanna looks like she's going through a mood swing, about what's happened with Mitch. And Mateo's like, you know what? I'm so glad this happened because this could have been disaster, like a dumpster fire between the two of you. He goes, and I'm really glad to see that, you know, you've accepted your brother's apology. So that's good news. So now we'll see what happens next. We're also going to do something we haven't done in this series yet, and that is we're going to follow these guys to school on Monday. So let's see what a typical school day is like for 5 teens.
Simonis Fifaru.
It looks like Claire's come up to Mateo, and she's having a real hard time with grief, and he's going to do his best to comfort her and let her know that he's there for her and he'll be here for her no matter what. And Claire's not having an easy time with her losing her mother. That's what anybody. I know when it was me, it was the worst time of my life. And I'm being honest when I say that. So I can imagine she's probably going through a lot. And I like the fact that Life and Death brings this out in game. These characters, these Sims, I should say, really go through a lot of changes with the Life and Death grief system. And I think it's one of the best systems that the Sims team has ever developed for the game, because there is so much depth and dimension to that. And some people may disagree and say, no, I disagree, because you're more interested in build buy, you're more interested in gameplay, but there is gameplay here. And it is working in a different way that you may not be used to. So when you look at that layering dynamic, it's really cool how it comes into play. We also have Susanna practicing violin, which is good because she's also going through a lot of grief, and the violin playing is helping her to get out that grief. Violin was one of Leah's favorite things to do, so why wouldn't her grandchildren want to embrace that and also learn how to do that as well, to connect with their grandmother? I know when I cook Italian food, that's my way of connecting with my grandfather, who also was such a force in my life. In fact, I wrote a book about him. It's called Billy's Cascade, if you want to check it out. Put the link down in the description. So, you know, with that, didn't mean to do a little self-promo there, but with that, they are trying to connect in different ways to defeat this grief, because going through grief is some of the hardest things you can do as an individual, and there's different stages to it. And I like the way that Life and Death brings this out. So we got also Claire and Mateo playing Woohoo, which is, I love that board game. And as I've said previously in other episodes and other pieces of content that I've done. I really hope that they do, they meaning the Sims team, if you're listening, which I think sometimes you might be. I really hope you do more board games like this because I think that they're fun and they get the Sims involved in different ways. So keep that in mind for the future. It looks like Joelle has just gotten back from her date and she's going in to talk with Mitch. And she just says, hey, listen, I heard about what happened with Cal. And all I gotta say is I'm really proud of you. I think you made the right decision. And he's like, thanks. It was hard. She goes, I know. You know, we all make mistakes, but you made, whoa, Claire and Mateo, wow. She said, but you guys made the right decision by doing this. You're brothers, and that's forever. So you definitely made the right decision, as hard as that is, and it may hurt. So she's going to go to bed now, and Mitch is also going to go take a shower. And she's going to take some medicine because she's also kind of, what did you catch a cold? Yeah, you guys were necking, weren't you? That's why you got a cold. Okay. Well, she is an adult. I mean, really. Anyway, let's follow up with them in the morning. It's early in the morning, and Susanna is doing skillful sleep. So as we see, she's doing the violin. Joelle's in a pissed off mood. She is going to go ahead and do a rage-filled run. And one of the reasons for that is she's grieving. So she has anger grief. And I think she's angry because she feels like, why'd you leave me now, Grandma, when I needed you more? And she knows that it wasn't her grandmother's fault, but she's still very angry. And she wants to try to get that anger out. And some people do go through anger grief. Anger grief is really tough because you feel like you shouldn't be angry at somebody, but yet you are in some way. And personally, I have felt that myself. You know, there's been times where I've had grief where I was absolutely depressed, and I've had grief where I was absolutely angry. And this is the kind of grief that Joelle is having right now, where she's absolutely angry. But she's with Mitch, and they're talking, and they're having a nice run as they watch a movie about, they're watching the movie about zombies. Cute. Okay, so they're having this nice conversation, and Joelle's like, hey, did you get a good night's sleep? He's like, yeah, I did. And she's like, you feeling a little bit better? He goes, yeah, I'm doing all right. She's like, it's going to take time, Mitch, so, don't rush yourself. He's like, I'm not. And he makes her laugh with a funny face, and she laughs at that. And then she tells him a gross joke, and he laughs at that. And he knows when it comes down to anything, he can always count on Big Sister to help him through. And Joelle does watch out for these kids a lot. It's one of the reasons why she hasn't left the house. She loves her brothers and sisters so much, and she really wants to be around to keep an eye on them. Sometimes she feels like she's holding back her own life, but she really couldn't imagine being away from the house right now. And she knows in a way she should, but she also thinks that things with her and Darian are kind of moving into a more, let's say, permanent situation. And she really is starting to feel like, well, if we're in love, maybe this is the next step that we'll do. So, will they or won't they? I don't know. We're going to find out. In the meantime, we're going to get a reward, which is Moodlet Solver, because Mitch is kind of in a bad way, and as you've heard me say on other pieces of content, the Moodlet Solver is even better than sleep replacement because it will not only take care of that energy need, it will take care of all your needs and eliminate any negative moodlets. So if you're thinking about getting sleep replacement, get the Moodlet Solver instead. It's just going to top you off 100%, and you are not cheating when you do it. So you're using what's in the game, and if you have the points to do it, you might as well. All right, so Calvin is now talking to Mitch, and it seems like they're having a good talk. It's not a vicious talk. And Bailey's coming over saying, hey, how's it going? Everything okay? And he's like, yeah, fine. And she's like, I heard the news. He's like, yeah, I bet you all did. And she's like, just know I'm here, okay? He's like, thanks. So now he's going to drink his mood solver, and he's like, Joelle, are you sure this is okay? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and do it. So he drinks it, and look at that. Elimination of negative moodlets. And Joel's like, hey, I told you. He's like, yeah, thanks. And he's going to go off to get ready for school in a little bit. So we'll follow up with them when they are at school. So, a funny thing happened. You know how I said I was going to show the 5 kids going to school? Well, I did film part of it. However, I didn't realize the camera was off for most of it, but you didn't miss much. They were just in class and they were sitting around most of the time and talking to some people. You can send all 5 to school at the same time if you do have teenagers in the house at the same time. So the only thing is, you also have to pay attention to each person's school day. Otherwise, if you just do one person, it's not going to tick off and register as progress for all of them. So as you can see, we were at Copperdale, and now we're going home because I had the camera off. But like I said, you didn't miss much. Except for one thing. And that is that, you know the option that comes up that says, do you want your sim to graduate early? Well, I accidentally clicked it. And when I did, Mitch graduated high school early. But then I thought about this and I said, you know what? Maybe this is meant to be. Mitch is upset that he broke up with Wanda. Mitch feels he's earned enough credit to graduate early. And even though he was intent on all 5 of them graduating together, Mitch really feels like he needs a change. And also he's seeing Wanda in school every day and it's difficult for him. So he's decided to make that change and graduate early and go to college. So Mitch is going to get a jump on his college by graduating early. What is he going to become? Let's find out. Also, we see that Adam is calling Joelle at work. So Joelle's going to have a conversation with Grandpa, fill her in on all the stuff going on. And Mitch, meanwhile, is going to grab a snack after getting home from school. And then he's going to do his registration for university. Again, I apologize that the camera was off. But like I said, you didn't miss anything. And it was kind of boring footage anyway. So I opted not to show you a day at high school. So again, I apologize for that. But I think this is much more interesting because Mitch is about to have a surprise visitor. And let's see who that is. We have Mitch, and he's getting ready to apply for college. Where is he going to go? Well, let's look at the choices. We got Brightchester, we got Foxbury, but he decides that, well, Brightchester is good, but Foxbury, my mom went there, and I think that's where I'm going to go. And that's where he's going to go, Foxbury. Now, because he graduated early, he gets a distinguished degree, which automatically also gives him a $500 scholarship. So he's going to do physics? Interesting. Okay, so he's going to do physics. I never took him for a physics kind of guy. I guess he does have logic. Pretty high. All right, so he's going to stay at home. At home, oh, interesting. And it's only going to cost him $10 per semester to go to college. Wouldn't that be nice for us all? I wish I could have had that. All right, so he's got scholarship for merit, also scholarship for athletics, which means he's also automatically on the soccer team. So there we go. Mitch is in college and ready to go. His first class is tomorrow morning. Oh my God, 8 o'clock. You don't have much time, dude. You got to get it done. All right, so he is going to get a jump on that homework right now. And anger management? Yeah, talk it through to somebody. There you go. All right. So now we got Joelle home from work. She looks like she's going to go somewhere. Are you going anywhere, Joelle? Where are you going? I think she's going on another date. We'll see. Or she's cooking something. One or the other. That's Joelle. She's either out of the house or she's cooking something. And, okay. So that's that. What do you do? Oh, he's juggling. Okay. And what? What are you doing? Oh my God. Wanda, you can't take no for an answer, can you? The thing is, who is she here to see? Is she here to see Calvin or is she here to see Mitch? My guess is, yeah, Mitch. Oh boy. All right, well, you better tell Wanda to go. So Calvin's going to come down and be like, listen, I don't think you should be here, but I'm going to give you a hug anyway because, we're still friends. And she's like, I came to see Mitch. I want to talk to him. And Cal's like, What part don't you understand? Look, I'm sorry the way things happened, but you can't come between me and my brother. It's not right. And she goes, I know, I know. He goes, so why did you go out with me if you liked Mitch in the first place? She goes, well, I liked you too. And, Calvin's just like, really? I mean, come on, Wanda. Listen, we're just better off all being friends. Let's just put this behind us and be friends from now on. She's like, well, yeah, but you know something? I really like Mitch. And he's like, Wanda, come on, give it a rest. You know? You can't do this. You can't do this to me. It's not fair. And Wanda is just like, yeah, I know, but Cal, I'm sorry the way things happened between us, even though, nothing really happened between us. And Calvin's got the idea now that, maybe things between Mitch and Wanda run deeper than he thought. And there's Owen, he's hanging out. He's like, hey, check out this video. This is going to be really cool. And they're talking and they're having fun and everything. So Mitch is meanwhile in the house. He's not coming out. He has a feeling, he can see her through the window. He knows she's out there, but he's not going to go out there. And Joelle's like, hey, I made pollo la brazia. Come on and eat. And she's going to call everyone to the meal, except for Bailey, because this is not lactose free. So the kids are like, oh, okay, yeah, well, let's go eat something. And Owen's trying to say, hey, Wanda, maybe things should just go back to the way they were before you guys got involved. And Mitch was like, hey, I did pretty good with that juggling. Wow. So now he's going to come out. He sees Wanda and he's just like, hey, Wanda, how are you? And she's like, oh, hi, Mitch. How are you? And Mitch just can't either. He's still got residual feelings for her, but this chick has got some nerve coming around. I got to say that. Especially with the two brothers. And now you got Owen sitting there watching all this and, I don't know if it's because she may be the only girl in the neighborhood or something, but he's definitely got to get out more, I will say that. And actually, they did meet some people at school, but they really didn't talk to them for very long. And they were only there a day, so, shortest school year in the world. Basically, 1 day of school. Oh, congratulations, graduate early. Okay. Okay, it looks like... What's going on here? Romance satisfaction ends between Mitch and Wanda. Good. Okay. Well, you know what? It was supposed to be that way. And that's the way it is. She seemed... No, Owen, don't tell me you have a crush on her now. No. Don't go barking up that tree, dude. You better forget this girl. This girl's trouble. That girl is poison. I'm not going to sing it. But she is. And this is where we're going to leave episode 26. One more episode to the finale. And in that episode, everybody ages up into young adult. And that will close off the season. And the series. Unless you want me to continue it with 5 young adults. Or see where Joelle's life goes. Well, maybe I'll put up a poll, let you decide. So I just want to say thank you for being here for this. What? Claire? Oh no, Claire got abducted by Allie. I didn't see that one coming. Oh my God. Okay, so while Claire is being abducted by aliens, I just want to say thank you for helping this little channel to grow. Every day this channel is growing. It's all because of you. I thank you profusely. Big shout out to my Patreon supporters, especially Justin on The Sims. Check out her channel. It's awesome. And if you have missed any of the episodes of 5 Teens and 1 Younger Adult, or as it was called in the beginning, 5 Babies and a Toddler, go ahead, click the playlist at the end of this video, catch up on what you missed. Or if you want to see any of my upcoming content, like Nina and Amanda, maybe you might want to hang out with us for the premiere of Season 3, Episode 18. Be happy to have you. And also, check out my new live show, Sunday Morning Coffee Talk. We had a great time this weekend. A lot of crazy stuff happened, and I think that you will enjoy it. Until next time, this is Jen, the GXSimmer. Hoping you have a terrific day or night. I'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.